right, good morning, South Mississippi, and happy Saturday morning. It is going to be a very cold and windy Saturday out there. If you have any outdoor plans, it is very important you dress properly. You're going to need several layers out there. You're also going to want heavy coats as well as gloves, a hat if possible as well. It is going to be very, very, very cold. I'm going to get to that here in just a second. But for the most part, another thing I do want to talk about is look at the tide out there right now. This is from the Beau Rivage camera over in Biloxi. This is live as of 9:02 a.m. And we are seeing the tide being pushed really far out. Of course, low tide, we're coming up on low tide here shortly, or I should say coming off of low tide. But those winds from the north are starting to increase, and that's helping keep the tide pretty far out. As a matter of fact, as these winds continue to accelerate, we might start to see this pushed a little bit further out than it currently is. So very impressive there. But as we continue to move into the rest of the day, it's those strong winds out of the north and out of the northwest that are going to really help in producing these very dangerous cold wind chills that we're going to see throughout the day today. Let's head over to Gulfport. We do have the Hancock Whitney camera over in Gulfport as well. One thing you're going to notice, both of these cameras are shaking quite a bit. We do have some very gusty winds. Like I said, they're going to continue to increase throughout the day. So something we definitely need to keep an eye on throughout the day is those wind gusts. Some localized power outages could be possible, very short-lived ones, but of course it is very, very cold and it is very, very windy. I'll get back to those wind gusts as well, but this is out here right now. This is at the Gulfport airports. It is 31 degrees. Northwest winds at 24 miles per hour. That's the sustained wind. The gusts are higher than that, so very breezy out there. Dew point 8 degrees. It is very dry as well. That also means it is not favorable for outdoor burning. Very dry and very windy. I do recommend not burning anytime soon. Visibility looks very good, but also note that wind chill that feels like the bottom number there, 17, and it's going to stay there for most of the day. Once again, I'll get back to that as well. Here's your forecast for today. The winds are going to continue to be very strong throughout the day. Going into the evening hours, they might relax a little bit, but still around 15 to 20 miles per hour going into the evening hours. Very windy well into the evening. You also are going to see here, we're going to stay mostly clear. A couple passing clouds are possible throughout the day, but for the most part, rain chances are very, very low. Clouds likely to stay away for most of the day. Now, I do want to talk about, we do have this very weak band here of moisture passing through behind this system. This has been the source of snowfall for our friends over in Alabama, especially Birmingham and Montgomery reporting some pretty heavy snowfall earlier this morning. You're also noticing in some parts of Mississippi and Louisiana, we've seen some flurries, some of them heavy at times, especially near Jackson, Mississippi, Alexandria, Louisiana, Baton Rouge, Louisiana, some spots seeing some brief flurries. Here in South Mississippi, we did get some reports of flurries earlier this morning in Pearl River County. Also, the Trent Lott Airport in Moss Point is the climate and weather reporting site for Jackson County, and it actually reported light snow earlier this morning. Now, of course, the snow didn't stick around, but there were enough flurries falling onto the sensor that it reported it as snow. So there is definitely a possibility of some more flurries over about the next hour or two as we continue to see this very weak band of moisture pass through the area. The only problem in terms of any accumulation or any snowfall from this, the problem is how dry the air is right now. Of course, this moisture is at the upper parts of the atmosphere. If you follow me on Facebook, I posted yesterday a discussion that went way more into the science about that. And what happens is you get, especially at the level that the clouds are at, especially in an upper level system like this, your clouds are going to be about 5 or 6 kilometers above the surface. And then once those snowflakes start falling, they fall through that much more moist level of the atmosphere. That's where the snowflakes can grow. but once it reaches about 3 or 4 kilometers above ground level, that's when we actually it hits that really dry air, and it will start to evaporate, going from ice directly back into water vapor. And that's why it rarely actually makes it all the way to the ground when that very dry air is present. But as we saw in Pearl River County earlier and Jackson County not long ago, it is still possible for some of these to make it through that dry air all the way to the ground. So maybe keep an eye out. If you get pictures of any flurries, send them into the WLOX First Alert weather app so we can see that and make sure it is properly reported. Now, let's start moving into the rest of the forecast. Now, the most dangerous part of the forecast today is going to be the wind chills. Very, very cold wind chills are expected as we go throughout the day. And in terms of the actual temperature, it's going to be in about the mid to upper 30s. So I see in the Facebook, we do have a question about should we drip faucets. And I would say tonight you definitely want to. Some of the coldest air that we've seen so far this season will be arriving tonight. Tomorrow morning we'll be waking up in the teens. I'll have another graphic, more information on that here in just a second. But back to the wind chills, the extreme cold warning remains in effect all day today into tomorrow morning. The reason for that is as the wind chills continue to drop, there is going to be a really high risk for hypothermia and frostbite, especially if you are not wearing the proper gear and you're going to be going outside later today. Here's what the wind chill actually means. The wind chill is not a true temperature. It is a calculated temperature that it tells you how the air feels on your body. Of course, throughout the day, on a normal day, if there's no wind, then your body naturally loses some of its warmth, and it kind of creates this little blanket around you where your body heat keeps you insulated. It kind of continues to help the outer parts of your body heat up, even though it is originating from within your body. The wind, when there is no wind, then that little blanket is able to develop very well, and it keeps you warm, even if temperatures are down in the 40s and 30s. However, when you add winds to the picture, this will actually start to pull that warm layer of air around you and blow it off of you, and then that's when you can get into a situation where your body heat is no longer doing anything to help you. Instead, it's just immediately being blown away by the wind, and that's how you get your feels like temperature. That's how you get that temperature to feel on your skin much lower than it actually is. That's what's happening throughout the day today. High temperatures this afternoon are expected to be in about the mid to upper 30s. However, winds will be very gusty, around 30 to 40 miles per hour, very strong wind gusts lingering well into the afternoon hours. That puts your wind chills this afternoon in the teens and the 20s across all of South Mississippi. Dangerously low wind chills, things like hypothermia, things like frostbite can onset in less than 30 minutes if you're not wearing the proper gear out there. So you need to be very cautious with that. As for the parades, we do have parades over in Ocean Springs today. Make sure you are dressing properly for that. And you need multiple layers, a very heavy coat, as well as gloves, hat as well. Anything that will prevent that wind from taking that warm air layer away from you. You can see there the winds are going to be around 20 miles per hour. The gusts up to 30 to 40 miles per hour. It will still be mostly clear, but it's not going to do a whole lot to help when the temperatures and especially the wind chills are as low as they're going to be. Tonight is the much more dangerous night in terms of a hard freeze for South Mississippi. This is where we do need to go ahead. Pipes have got to be protected today. Tonight especially, faucets, I highly recommend dripping faucets to prevent damage to the internal pipes. This is the kind of freeze where we are going to go well below freezing. We're going to be down in the teens tomorrow morning. Also, we're going to be below 32 for a very long period of time. In most spots, we're going to be below freezing for 20 hours or more, is what this graphic is showing, and let's actually put some numbers on that. These are the forecasted low temperatures for tomorrow morning. Almost all of South Mississippi is down in the teens. The coast has the highest chance of staying in the 20s, but even so, that's barely staying in the 20s. Low 20s for areas like Bay St. Louis, Ocean Springs, but if you're further inland, a very hard freeze there. We're waking up in the teens across almost all of South Mississippi tomorrow morning. Very, very cold conditions there. So it's definitely a pipe freeze. We need to make sure those pipes are well protected, as well as dripping those faucets overnight. That will help kind of combat any damage that could potentially be done. Both the coast and inland have got to go ahead and prepare for all 4 Ps. Once again, pipes, plants, pets, and people. Also, if you're using a space heater, just remember that needs to be plugged in directly to the wall. You can't use an extension cord or a power strip. That is a fire hazard when using a space heating device. So let's talk about the parades for Sunday. Of course, the crew of Barkluxy over in Biloxi doing the paw raids. It is going to start to improve as we head into Sunday afternoon. The winds will still be a little bit breezy out of the north or northwest, around 5 to 10 miles per hour, so not as bad as today. The gusts may still be up around 10 to 15. And as far as temperatures go, it's Sunday afternoon is when we're going to start to heat back up. Most of us will make it back into those 40s as we head into Sunday afternoon. So in terms of outdoor activities, Sunday looks like a much better day to get out there. Just keep in mind, it's still going to be a little bit breezy. Temperatures, once again, still going to be in the upper 30s to lower 40s. Some of us may be getting into the upper 40s by the end of the afternoon on Sunday, but still need to layer up. Make sure you are bringing that heavy coat with you no matter where you're at this weekend. Let's talk about the long-term forecast. Of course, the heavier cold starts to leave finally once we get through Monday morning. Monday morning, we're still looking at freezing temperatures, low temperatures in about the mid to upper 20s across South Mississippi. But as we head into the week, we're going to heat up fairly quickly. By Tuesday, afternoon temperatures right back up into the 60s. Wednesday is our next chance of seeing any rain, and that will bring our temperatures back down as well. That system bringing our afternoon temperatures back down into the 50s, morning temperatures into the 30s. But at least for right now, it looks like we are going to remain above freezing once we get past Monday morning. We're going to have to continue to keep a close eye, of course. The cold front, especially inland areas, a light freeze possible again once we get towards the end of the week. But for the most part, things significantly improving from this weekend once we get into that middle and back half of the week. But once again, you can see here, we do have those cold alert days. It is going to be very, very cold. Tonight, some of the coldest air we've seen all season. This is for all of South Mississippi. Seeing those temperatures fall into the teens tonight. Once we get to tomorrow afternoon, that's when things will start to improve. Most of us in the 40s as we head into Sunday afternoon. By Monday, still seeing freezing temperatures in the morning, but by the afternoon, many of us all the way back up into the 50s, and then we just continue to improve from there, 60s possible by Tuesday afternoon. So there's a much more closer look there at the 7-day forecast as we start to wrap things up here. Overall, a really nice day out there. Just if you are going to be outdoors for any reason, you have to layer up quite a bit. Multiple shirts, maybe throw in some sweatpants underneath some jeans. That'll help insulate quite a lot. You're going to want that heavy jacket as well. Don't forget gloves and a hat because you have got to keep that warm insulated layer as thick as possible so that the wind does not blow your heat away. But stay safe out there and make sure that you are using the proper cold weather gear if you are going to be outdoors at all today.